just going to hand over Christian to you without knowing anything about you.
It makes sense you can hold him from Christine. I have not been shown to be any such danger.
Do you appreciate that we have had the information from Christine?
She makes allegations about you that you're going to kill her, that you were a terrorist, I think.
This malicious man tried to sell me my child for $15,000.
The allegations come sort of thick and fast, don't they?
You have listened to a delusional woman who you know for a fact.
So part of her delusional belief system relates to the her son being removed from her care, and the paranoid persecutory belief she has that her ex-partner David Bold is somehow involved in this.
There seems to be sort of a real lack of evidence about what she's saying.
That actually hired someone to kill me. The fact that you're taking her serious makes me question you. Then none of this is legal. She's going to be arrested for trying to have me murdered.
Evidence reason to believe that the mother has paid a sum of money for the father to be killed. The sort of level of risk we might be talking about here.
No, I did see that.
Who is she going to be arrested by?
I can't just assume it's true.
You have evidence of her trying to...
I have.
Okay, so when someone usually pays somebody to kill somebody, usually that person gets arrested.
I mean...
It's been reported to the police. That doesn't necessarily mean that she'll be arrested.
I've never caused him any harm. I've done nothing at all. And I have full legal custody. So what grounds does your country have to keep him from me?
Wait, it's because of the neglect?
From her? Yeah?
Yes.
So I'm saying why from me?
If we look at how you are in contact with him, we see someone who is kind, careful, and who has a meaningful relationship. That's common ground between you and Coventry, isn't it?
And yet the law keeps being broken. And if there's no reason, then a crime's being committed. How can that be disagreed with? Unless your government's allowed to just take a kid from a parent just because. I'm pretty sure that's not allowed, right?
Only now, at the end, do you understand?
The Guardian is concerned about is the idea that the foster carer would be called to give evidence.
Yes, I was concerned about them.
I will follow Miss Kirby's and the Guardian's lead on this. I will order direct contact.
Completely refuse. I think, no, I am not putting any of the other children in that danger. And
Yeah.
I'm not putting myself in it.
Well, we'll just put him in front of her and see what happens. It's like, what do you...
We have to see whether it works.
Jesus Christ.
You don't roll the dice like that just to test her mental capacity. That's what the psychologist is for. That's child abuse. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Then the social worker, for example, could speak to the foster carers and do a statement about that. But the foster carer, the Guardian knows, would be put in a very difficult position.
Jane asked you yesterday, do you want to go and live with Daddy? And he said yes. Look, nodding his head.
Oh, good.
She's a childminder. She has a lot of other issues, and as you know, foster carers are very hard to come by.
I would do my utmost to avoid having a foster carer coming in.
You already have appreciated that Mr. Bond doesn't trust the social worker.
They're positively identifying you as providing emotional warmth to your son, potential of emotional harm, providing emotional warmth.
And if we go to have him as a filter between the lady he regards as a good, sound witness about this contact and you,
I'm afraid
that
I'm
may not
not
be satisfactory.
interested that Mr. Bond doesn't trust social workers. Social workers are professionals, and I have no reason to believe that the social worker in this case is not working in a professional capacity.
You didn't actually speak to Mr. Bond before you put in your final evidence?
No. Therefore, he or she, I think it's a he, can speak to the contact, to the foster carer, and write notes of what she said.
So be it.
And I think if the aunt and uncle are joined as parties and the aunt is then amenable to cross-examination, then that is going to be yet another barrier to getting to any final result. And in my judgment, a system of written questions will allow the father, through Mr. Slater, to raise his issues with the aunt.
It just puts her outside of the scope of the court being able to assess and Mr. Bond being able to see for himself how she responds to some of these points, because there are some significant areas that do need to be addressed. And my lady...
Mr. Slater, I've made a ruling. You are now just arguing with the ruling I've made. And I'm afraid I'm not going to allow you to do that, given the level of animosity in this case, and the danger of the aunt feeling that animosity if she's cross-examined, even if wholly appropriately by Mr. Slater, and given the potential benefit, but only potential benefit, of Christian being placed with the aunt, that to allow her to be cross-examined might well destabilise her future relationship with Christian, and could ultimately be extremely detrimental to Christian's best interests.
Now you will die.
He's going to be, isn't he, a visible reminder of the conflict that is right at the root.
Does it not matter much to you in terms of whether you're sleeping with a woman that might think that she's in love with you and you're in love with her?
Do you disagree with them? You are abusive. This one, you and I are discussing perfectly amicably differences of opinion.
Does that come into your calculation at all, ever, when you're having a sexual relationship with a woman?
I have full custody. Do we have the order that shows that in these proceedings?
There is, on the face of it, a valid Californian order for sole custody.
You did choose, didn't you, to put evidence about the case and information about the proceedings onto YouTube.
You think that everyone here is ridiculous. That's your true view, isn't it?
The fact you made those recordings means you breached the schedule of expectations in relation to your contact that was drawn up in September 2022, doesn't it?
In the moment when you decided to do that, why did you do it?
And we've got a heading, give me back my son, with the dates,
Mhm.
of you.
Yes.
34 subscribers, a link to subscribe.
You get people to make false allegations against other people. Miss Hillier has said she paid for you to be killed. You're absolutely right that she said that she would only co-parent if you kill Casey. She is, on the face of it, a criminal with an outstanding warrant for arrest.
23 views as of May the 8th.
I know there's an incident with a cat in a microwave.
Do you accept that your relationship with Tina is not friendly all the time?
I'm not suggesting to you that I've got evidence that you turned the microwave on. I've got no evidence of that.
Tina against Crystal, Christine, Tina, Crystal, all three of them.
Are you or are you not drunk?
Did you explain to anybody in the US authorities that the local authority here, Coventry, does not propose that Christian is placed in your care? Did you tell them that?
Yes, there are all these allegations about you, but when you actually look at the evidence that it's based on, it doesn't seem to be anything more than her or her mother saying things.
Everyone's so afraid to admit the truth. It's so funny. Everyone's so afraid because they think they're going to lose their job if they tell the truth. If they don't go along with this, if they're not complicit, they'll get in trouble. Okay.
They do not want, for some reason, you are an absolute black flag, and they do not want to give the child to you under any circumstances.
Was that list in this order?
I don't think legal arguments are the way to the local authorities' heart, frankly. They make a judgment and then they never change. They very seldom change from it.
They're just, this is what we want to do, and we'll do whatever we have to do, say whatever we have to do, make that happen, and
yeah,
screw everybody. It's scary.
I'm afraid that really is the case with local authority work.
I know. We're gonna see you Thursday.
See you Thursday.
And soon you're gonna be home. You're gonna be with Daddy all the time, okay? Yeah.
You'll see Daddy soon.
Situation where Keanu's crying for you.
Your cat.
I know. You just hold it off to the side. You can pretend.
But they ignore this and they just continue to do what they're doing.
I miss you. I miss you very much. These family court systems, and I'm sure there are exceptions, but they are run by absolute sociopaths.
Yes.
I'll see you Friday, okay?
I love you.
Oh.
I love you.
Oh, I love you too, sweet boy. Because if you see a child crying, the first question should be why, and what can we do to alleviate your pain?
Yeah.
not accentuate it.